Give me a little bit of context of, how this power of PR within parenting really works and what impact it can have in our lives.
Well, David, the idea to write the book in the first place came from my daughter. I have three children, nearly 26, 23, and 18. And the older two have been through the IDF. We live in Israel. And the little one's about to go in summer. And number two, when she was in the military, she had a friend who had just gotten married. And she was concerned she wouldn't be able to juggle parenting because she wanted to have kids, obviously. She was getting married, and her education and career interests. And my daughter said, Mom, this is what you should help people with, learning how to make this balance and have them benefit from your experience and your expertise. Now, David, you're in PR, so you know exactly what this means to do, to go to the office, to work with clients, to prep them, to give them positive reinforcement, to prepare them for the good, the expected, the unexpected, all of that stuff. Crisis management, but also the fun stuff. And that's what I say, instead of leaving the job at the job, I say, no, we don't leave the job at the job. Let's use these superpowers, bring them on home, and use them to have our kids be the best that they can be. Now, an example would be prepping. You prep your clients, right?
Very important.
Every day, multiple times a day. So if the kids have something at school, if they have an athletic event, if they are preparing for anything, prep them. Run through the who, what, where, when, why, the 5 W's, right? For everything that you do. Now, they might not like that when they get older. Who you going with? How long are you going to be out? When you're getting home? Where are you going to be? All those questions. But at the end of the day, it keeps them safe. And if you prepare them for the expected and the unexpected, if they run into trouble, they know what to do.
How do we encourage or empower our children through PR to prioritize according to the values that they've learned and the values that they have, not the dangerous values of what other people think?
Well, that's actually a couple of different questions all wrapped up into one with lots of different answers, but let's focus on timeline, okay? So in the book, we talk about how to timeline things because we do that in public relations all the time. What's first, second, third, fourth. But we also know that life, like you said, it doesn't always produce what we have in mind. So you need to teach your children how to roll with it and reorganize and adjust accordingly. And I think, something very interesting happened to my daughter, interesting in a very bad way, actually. She was actually in Barcelona during the ISIS terrorist attack. She had a front row seat. This is actually in the book. She had been on a week of fun with her friends before graduation, and it just timed out that way. I mean, she was there to have a great time. She's sitting in a cafe. They're drinking coffee on their way to La Sagrada Familia. And what happens is this white van rolls down the promenade, and all these people ran through the front door of the coffee shop. What do? Well, she was very calm, and she helped people along the way, and she did what she could to contribute rather than to be part of the tragedy that was going on, if you will. So she did her part to contribute, and we were very proud of her. So that's an example of something that's not planned, but where you kind of roll with it based on your PR crisis management skills, but also your timeline. She reorganized her timeline.